Well, John Rattan won back the mayor's chair in Nanaimo easily, but some of the other races on Vancouver Island were a bit tighter. In Courtenay, incumbent Greg Phelps was defeated by just a handful of votes, and many in the community say his homeless strategy is what cost him the election. As CTV's Gord Kurbis shows us, a small group of voters who feared they would become homeless may have cast the deciding ballots.
There's physically no difference today at Courtenay's Maple Pool campsite, but there's an air of relief amongst those who call this property home.
These people were terribly disadvantaged, they were terribly vulnerable, and they've been very frightened for some time. And on Saturday night, 54 people went to bed feeling a little more safe.
Dick Clancy has been helping fight on behalf of those 54 occupants who are facing eviction as the Maple Pool's owners face legal action by the city. The city is insisting that the property doesn't conform to municipal bylaws, so it will have to close. The owners and those who live here have always maintained they have nowhere to go. Clancy, who also supported Larry Jangula in his bid for mayor, says those who live here struck a victory.
A lot of these people went out and voted for the first time in their lives, and they did that through hard efforts by the owners here and others.
Clancy believes that at least 40 people voted here in support for Larry Jangula, who ended up winning the mayor's race by just 77 votes.
I think that should be a message for politicians that even disadvantaged people who are vulnerable can have a voice.
Courtenay's mayor-elect agrees what's happening at the campsite and here at a proposed location for Courtenay's new homeless shelter are both factors that helped him win on Saturday.
There's a very big concern about why is Courtenay not doing something to help those people, or why is Courtenay moving to kick those people out of there?
As a city councillor, Jangula and the others were able to swing a recent vote which resulted in Courtenay city staff being instructed to look for alternative locations for the shelter.
We weren't listening to the public. We weren't listening to the people who had signed the petition, which are about 1,100 people. We weren't listening to the businesses in the chamber, which is 730 people. And nor initially were we listening to the downtown merchants.
That move was criticized by some because it will cause a delay in moving forward to build a new shelter. The Salvation Army's BRENT Hobden says a new facility is definitely needed.
We need to find a location. We need to get the ball rolling. We need to get BC Housing to put forth the extra funding in order for us to stay open 24/7.
The Salvation Army currently runs a 17-bed shelter that normally accommodates 15 to 20 people nightly. That overflows when the condition worsens and the harsher weather is right around the corner.
When we remember back a year ago into the last winter season, we had a couple of our shelter people that actually passed away on the streets. So it was a huge need, and we know going into this year they're calling for some very cold temperatures, a lot more snow than generally expected.
City staff are set to bring their latest recommendations back to the new City Council on January 16th. Gord Kurbis, CTV News, Courtenay.